Good evening, everybody. I give everybody a few minutes to come in before I get started on what I need to address on tonight. So let me just give you all a few moments, and we'll go ahead and start because I need to get some things cleared up here, and not sure how long this is going to be as far as this issue, but I can take it as far as it needs to go with these particular people, particularly the Linmans, who I'm going to be addressing on tonight. So go ahead and tag a friend, tag an enemy that don't like me. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them out there. It's all good. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. Here's what it is. Again, let me just give people a few moments. Because you already know, anytime I have to do a live during the week, you know it has to be something that I need to get off my chest and to address that can't wait until the weekend. So it's one of those days. And so I'll just say this as well. I'm not angry. Those of you who have been commenting on my posts regarding what has been transpiring today, but some of you, I don't believe, understand the seriousness of slander, defamation, lies, defaming one's character and reputation, and particularly on social media. And so hopefully tonight you get an object lesson on the dangers of that. Because when it comes to me and mine, let me just tell you straight up off the rip and straight up and down like 12 and 6 o'clock. I don't play games. I don't play games when it comes to my family. I don't play games when it comes to their reputation. I don't play games when it comes to their well-being. And since we live in a social media age and social media society, people put all kinds of things out about you. And what happens is when that stuff gets out there, it's hard to debunk. And since I've been doing this for a minute, and since I've been doing this for quite some time, I know how these kinds of people move, depending on their platform, depending on their influence, depending upon, the seriousness of that. If you've been following me any length of time, you know I had an issue with a Kevin Oliver, and I'm going to be addressing that in the near future. And ironically, I'm supposed to be discussing this situation regarding how Christians should respond to slander when it's involving another Christian or another believer. Because far too many of you see evil, you see wickedness, you see injustice, you see people being mistreated and done wrong, and you just sit back and you just grab popcorn and you don't say anything. And I say that to your shame. Because if we're family don't allow family to get drugged in these social media streets. Now, it's different if something is true and it's being said, then I can't fight that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not getting violent with a person, nothing like that. But if an accusation is true, then it is what it is. But make sure you produce the receipts. But a lot of you have seen people get slandered, get dragged in the social media mud and mire. And you know that individual or those persons are not what they're being accused of being, and you say nothing. But you claim to be connected to the body of Christ. You claim to be interconnected and interdependent upon each other, where the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 12 that when one member suffers, we all suffer. We're members of the body. We're one body and members in particular. And you will sit back and let people just get slandered and get torn and dragged and messed up, and you won't say anything. Do you really understand what body life means? Do you really understand what it means when a person, their name is dragged, their name is smeared, their name, everything they worked for is just torn up? Thank you, Scott. You got one of my notes, sir. A good name is more valuable than great riches. Facts. Proverbs 22, verse 1. A good name. And some people don't care about your good name. That's why they try to give you a bad name. But see, some of you may have pulled up on the wrong Negro today. Particularly you, Brenda, Dolan, Lindman. You did that to the wrong one. You slandered and misrepresented and mischaracterized in a public format on your page to the wrong Negro, to the wrong one. But hopefully tonight you'll understand that you can't do what you do to people, particularly people like over here, the Woods family. You don't get away with that. Because as long as I'm the head of my family, and as long as my children, my boys, my girls are doing what is right, their daddy got their back. The father has their back. Because they already know how I get down. They already know how I move. As long as you're doing what's right, mom and dad got you. We got you. We got you. But if you out there wilding, if you out there acting a fool, if you out there doing all kinds of stupid stuff and you misrepresenting the name above all names, that is Jesus Christ, and then you misrepresenting our family, the Woods name, then I'm going to leave you out there on your own and let the consequences deal with you. Because see, my dad raised me this way. See, I'm from that era where a father got up in your grill and got up in your face and told you what time it was and didn't care about how you felt. And my father told me and my brother this one day, and I'll never forget it, just like yesterday. He said, as long as you're doing what is right, I'll defend you. As long as you're doing what is right, I got your back. As long as you are doing what is right and no one is trying to, harm you and you had to defend yourself or whatever, he says, I got you. But the moment you break the law, the moment you start acting a fool, the moment you get out there and you just doing all kinds of stuff, the moment you get put in jail because you knew better, but you wanted to take a chance on foolishness, and now you behind bars, my father told me straight up, number one, I'm not bailing you out. He said, number two, I'm not putting my money to get you out. He says, number three, and if you get sentenced and put in prison, I'm not coming to visit you. Now, whether my father was bluffing, whether my father was just, selling wolf tickets, I didn't want to go to his counter and try to see if I can get one. See, that's how my dad raised me. But I knew whatever I did that was right, Dad got me. He got me. And he's proved that throughout my life as a young man. And so I carry those same principles to my children today, from the oldest to the youngest. They know I will do whatever it takes to help them, to do whatever it takes to provide for them, and even protect them. So I have two boys, two older boys. Love them to death. It's like I love my girls. They're my seed. They come from my loins. They have my name. But they're grown men, and I respect them as grown men. And I understand as a grown man, as younger grown men, they're going to make decisions. Sometimes these decisions may be within my liking. Sometimes it may not be. But as long as it's not sinful, as long as it's not anything that will cause them to cause this family to suffer, because a lot of you don't understand this. A lot of you don't understand the fact that what our children do affects the entire family. Their entire family. Yes, they're individuals, but they're not to live in isolation of the whole of the family. And I drum that. I beat that. I beat that drum into their heads and into their minds and their consciences to let them know, when you walk out of these doors, you represent Christ since you claim to be a Christian. but you also represent this family. And whatever you do, positively or negatively, affects this family. Who you get with affects this family. What family you intermarry with affects this family. So some of you don't believe in prearranged marriages. Some of you don't believe their parents should have some type of say or involvement in the affairs of their children. But see, what happens with that problem is this. See, it's one thing of being involved, and it's another thing of micromanaging. We don't micromanage our children. Now, we tell them the truth. We let them know that if that person is not saved and you claim to be saved and you want to get with that person, that you don't have our blessing. Because see, we can't bless sin. Because the Bible says, according to 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4-7, that love does not rejoice in unrighteousness. So no, we're not coming to your wedding. No, we're not coming to your shower. No, we're not doing any of that. We're not doing that. Because we understand that your choices have consequences for this family. Therefore, my sons are older. They're grown men. My youngest boy has his own family. My youngest boy, he has responsibilities that he must take care of and that he is doing fairly well. And I thank God for him. My oldest son desires to be married. And some of you saw his picture at that time with the young lady that he was dating to marry, because my son understands this. We don't believe in casual dating. We don't believe in that. We believe that if you're going to date someone, or as some of you people in the South say, court someone, that we believe it is aimed toward marriage. Why? Because you're dealing with feelings, you're dealing with emotions, you're dealing with other people's lives. And so it's not just about you and that individual, or you and that young lady, or you and that young man. You're dealing with two other separate families and their worldviews. And so you need to make sure and understand that whoever you click up with and link up with has a biblical understanding of what relationships is, what the purpose of marriage is, and so forth. So I say all this to bring you to where I am now. Because one thing that I don't do is get into my children's business. Unless it involves our family, then I have to get involved. And what do you mean by that? I mean this: if there's abuse, if there's drugs, if there's some type of sexual sin or sexual perversion, or anything that affects the livelihood or the life of our loved ones, we get involved. Somebody gets into an argument, I don't care about that. That's not my issue. As long as ain't no fists being thrown and objects being thrown and nobody's be having the cops called on them, I don't get involved in that. But by God's grace, we have not had those calls anyway, because we understand that two people made in the imago Dei still has the Adamic nature, and they will be prone to wander and prone to sin at times. And if the flesh is not kept in check, then the flesh will run its course. But when we walk by the Spirit, the Bible says we won't fulfill the lust and desires of the flesh. During this time, my son, my oldest son, my boy, who's a grown man, and I got to keep saying that because I don't want people to understand, or misunderstand rather, that I'm trying to come to my son's rescue. I'm treating him like a child. No, my son's a grown man. A full grown man, a whole grown man. But when my son or sons come to their father and they're needing advice, or they're needing some word of encouragement, or even to be checked, and you can ask them that, they will tell you, if they come into me, they already know they're going to get the truth. And it doesn't matter who is right. It doesn't matter who came from my body or not. If you're wrong, son, I love you. I love you to death, but you're wrong. And you need to make that right. You need to repent. You need to go fix that, homie. You need to go run and make that thing right expeditiously with the quickness. But if you're right, I'm going to stand with you. So April the 9th of this year, I remember it quite well because it was my son's birthday. Now, I believe he's 28, 29. I'm trying to remember because I'm getting old, y'all. Getting old. And my wife would probably tell me, or my son's mom will tell me as well, too, because she's in here as well, too. And let me just tell y'all this. It's about to be some on and popping stuff. So he's 29. So both of them said it right there. This is my son's birth mother, and this is my son's mother here as well. And by the way, both of these women here, they both get along fine, contrary to what some people may think and may say. Past issues are past issues, but we good now by God's grace, right? So my son is 29 years old. My son is 29 years old, almost 30. He desires to be married. He desires to be in a committed relationship. He desires to have someone that's going to love him, respect him, honor him as he does them. Is that a tall order to fill, ladies? Is that a tall order to fill? Because I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. I believe it is an order that can be filled if you are the right one to fill it. And a lot of you women claim that you want a good man, but some of you got him and you don't know what to do with him. And then some of you want a good man, but you're not a good woman to have a good man. You're not wife material. See, the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. That means this: you must be already ready to be a wife, not trying to be wife material after saying I do. No, sir. No, ma'am. You need to be wife material. You need to be, in other words, you need to be wifeable. That's a word. I'm gonna use that. Y'all can use that word too. Y'all can take that. That's free. That's free. You need to be wifeable. If you're not wifeable, no man wants you. And far too many people, far too many women are not wifeable material because it starts in the home. So I put up 3 posts earlier today, and I'll read one of them, but you can go to my page. But I said, being a good woman or good wife starts at home. Hashtag, how your mama doing? Because see, I have 4 girls, 2 young women, young ladies who are growing up to be a woman. I have an 18 and a 17 and about to be a 19 and a 18-year-old. Lord help me. But should the Lord tarry, all 4 of them going to be grown women, have their own responsibilities and their own lives to live. But you know what? You know what else they're going to also have? They're going to also have the counsel, the tutelage, the wisdom, and the example of their mother, Sharon Renee Woods. Why? Because her job is to teach her 4 girls how to be not just women, but godly women who know their role, who know their place in the kingdom of God. And if they desire to be married, they must be wifeable. And my girls know it, particularly my 2 oldest girls know this. I'm not marrying you off to anyone if I don't believe you are ready. Because it's not fair to that man to have a woman who's not willing to submit to the first primary authority that is in that girl's life, and that's their father and their mother. It will be unfair to me. It'll be unfair for me and wrong for me to treat that young man like that and give that girl away to a man that I know she is going to be hell in the house, that she does not know how to submit to godly authority. She does not know how to deny herself and deny her temporal pleasure. She does not know what it means to be in her own pocket. In other words, knowing her lane. But some of you want women, some of you want men to know their role and their responsibilities. And I saw it. I saw it on the post today. Y'all told on yourself. Some of you did. Because I said clearly, ladies. Now, what does that mean? When I start my post and I start my statement with ladies, that means it is for women. If you got boobs, butt, and a breast or breastises, that means I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to men. I'm not talking to masculine dudes. I'm talking to females. I'm talking to women. And so when I say ladies, and then I give you my statement, some of you turned right around and did exactly what I expected. And some of you expected it as well, too, because we know how some of y'all women think. Well, what about the man? It goes both ways. It's the man, too. Ma'am, today is Ladies' Day. Today is Women's Day. It's your day today. Yeah, thank you, Calvin. And a vagina. Yeah, you can't forget that. Yeah, you got to have that. Yes, Lord. So you don't understand. A lot of you, the S word, submit. Yeah. They don't know how to submit. A lot of you want to throw off and want to play the whataboutism. What about him? What about him? What about him? What about him? Well, we're talking about you. And so when I put posts up, understand where my posts are coming from. My posts are coming from observations. My posts are coming from things that I either have experienced or my family have experienced, or things that we have been engaging with other people about in general. As you can see, those 3 posts are no different than any other post that I put up. But make no mistake about it. If I want to ever mention a person's name, y'all know how I get down. I have no problem doing that at all. You should know yours truly enough to know that. So why are we here tonight? I'm glad you asked. Because there's slander that has been leveled against my family, particularly my son. How do I know it was my son? Stay tuned. You know I have the receipts. April the 9th of 2021, this year, was my son's 29th birthday. My wife, Sharon, and I were in our car. I never forget where it was. We were at the Kroger parking lot getting gas. And I forgot what we were getting ready to do, but it was our son, Kiera's birthday. And we were, as a matter of fact, I think we was going to get our cars washed or whatever like that. But we was out and about. But I remember we was at the Kroger parking lot getting gas, and I got a DM. I got a DM from Brenda Dolan Lindman. And basically the DM, which she deleted, by the way. I wonder why. The Bible says the wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. I wonder why when people delete stuff, when they know that it can be used against them, that they try to herb and scrub it away like Hillary's emails. But anyway, she slides up in my DM and she starts to basically sell her daughter to us, to my wife and I. What do I mean by that? I mean, basically just trying to give her away to my son, and basically was saying this. I know this sounds awkward. I'm just paraphrasing because I'm trying to remember everything that had happened. And my wife can attest to it because she was in the car and she can cam up. My wife knows she can cam up whenever she's ready. Just say the word, baby. Just say the word, dear. But Brenda slid up in my DM and said, I know this sounds awkward. I know this sounds weird or whatever like that. But, I have a daughter and she's beautiful and she's this and she's that and she's so sweet and she's so that. And I believe your son would be a perfect fit and perfect for my daughter. And so my wife and I, I'm like, and I was reading and I'm like, wow. I said, that is kind of weird. But, I was laughing because I'm like, wow. I mean, I never had anybody just pull up in my DM and want to give their daughter away like that. I mean, my son ain't no ugly dude. Y'all seen my sons. My oldest boy, he not hard to look at. And so I'm like, wow. So I kind of laughed about it and she was just going on and on and on. I mean, going on and on and on. Oh, you would love her. Let me see you some pictures of her so that way you can give it to your son. And I already went to his profile page and I already saw, him and he seems like a real nice young man. And oh, I just know that he'll be the perfect match for my daughter. And so I say to myself, okay. I mean, wow, that's rather odd because it's my son's birthday. How much of a coincidence is that? So fast forward, make a long story short. I sent my son the young lady's picture. My son was like, wow, who is this? I said, hey, this is Brenda's daughter. She think that she would, be a first, be interested in you or whatever like that. What do you think? Do you want me to, have her to, contact her? And so my wife and I, we were like, wow, this is crazy. This is like crazy in a fun way. But we're like, okay, they're grown. You know what I'm saying? They're grown. They they can make a decision for themselves. If it's of God, then it'll work out and it'll last. If it ain't, then here we are tonight, right? And so I put my son on a three-way. And I said, hey, Kia, I said, I have someone who wants to speak with you. And he's like, okay. And so he already got the picture because I already gave him the picture of the young lady. And so she was just going in. I mean, not going in a bad way, just selling her. Just like, oh, you'll love her. And she's this and she's that. And she lives in New York and she's this. And I mean, and the reason why I'm sharing all this information with you, number one, because I want you to see how all of this had played out and how all of it started. We were minding our business. We were. Okay. So was my son. She slid up in my DM, basically auctioning her daughter off to my son. Now, again, they're grown. If they're not interested, hey, it don't bother me. I got my rib. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Fine. Keep it pushing. So they met maybe a couple months later, whatever like that. They were talking on the phone, had FaceTime conversations and things of that nature, whatever. And things, I guess, at the time were doing well. We're fine. And so for me, I don't get involved in my kids' relationships unless they ask me a question or want my advice about something, just what parents do, right? And so initially at the time, my wife and I and Brenda, we were talking on the phone, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, they're gonna be talking today." They're like, "Oh man, good, that's good, that's good." So I'm at work, So my son, he like, "Yeah, we supposed to be talking on the phone. We will be FaceTime each other." I said, "You liking her?" He said, "Man, I really feel her, Dad. I really feel her. I really did feel her." I said, "Okay, good." I said, "Make sure you ask the questions, know what you're looking for, all that kind of stuff." Because I don't have any issues with any of them. Okay. So the conversation in the relationship was going well. Fast forward later into their relationship, a situation had occurred involving my son and Brenda's daughter. And it really hurt my son. Now, I'm going to explain what happened as well. But just bear with me because I want to be sure that what I have to say is said based on the facts, not feelings, because I'm good. This has nothing to do with me trying to play this get back game. Some of you saying that, let the Lord deal with it. Well, I find that rather interesting. Y'all don't say that when somebody tries to break into your house and tries to harm you. You don't let the Lord handle it then. If you're going to protect your family from danger or protect your family from people trying to harm you, then I think that would apply spiritually as well too, would it not? And so my son received the message from the young lady, and she had explained to him what had occurred. And bottom line, they broke up at the time. My son was hurt. I mean, because he said he basically, was really feeling hurt and fell in love with her and never met a woman like her, before. And listen, we all know how that feels, right? And so my son took her back Of course, we had conversations, and I told my son, hey, you got to make the decision for yourself. You got to know what you want. You have to know what you want to do. And you got to know, and you got to accept what comes with that. That's what I've always told my kids. I've always told my children that. Know what you want and accept what comes with that you are wanting. Accept the consequences of the choices that you make. So they got back together, and I basically was like, okay, not looking at her sideways, not tripping about her or anything like that, right? But interestingly, let me tell you what happened the first time that they had broke up. Now, mind you, it hadn't even been a year. Had not even been a year. And my son's heart was broken, and my son was hurt by this young lady. So now, as parents, when a situation like that occurs, of course, I believe, this is just me, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe when situations like that occur, then there needs to be conversation between both parties, the families, the parents, or whatever like that. Because now this situation, yeah, exactly, dear, exactly. Not even 6 months, and some mess had already popped off, right? So I sent Brenda a text message because my son was hurt, and he told me he had a conversation with the young lady, and I said, hey, I think we need to talk, and I said, let me know whenever we could talk. Bottom line, she said she couldn't, because she was dealing with her daughter and all this sort of kind. I said, okay, fine. So then, next thing we know, my son is blocked from their social media pages. Just removed. I mean, now some of you may say, well, what's the big deal about that? It's about the principle. It's all about principle. It's all about principle. Okay. Yeah. You said the first time they broke up. Yes. Red flag, bad sign. Everybody's saying that. Facts, Anisha. Facts. Unnecessarily so. Absolutely. So basically, they stopped unfollowing him. They basically, unfollowed him. They deleted, their profile page or whatever like that. They just unfriended him. But when things were going good, they was all up in his timeline, all up on his posts and everything. It was all good then. But when the daughter flipped out, when the daughter was the one that did the foul thing, they treated our son as though he was wrong. So let me just ask you all a question. Do you really believe that if the situation were reversed and my son was the one that messed up, my son was the one that messed over her, that they would have been so endearing? But they treated my son as though he was the one that was wrong and defended the daughter as though she did nothing wrong and made excuses for her. Made excuses. Yes, exactly, Dwayne. She hurts him and he's banished. Exactly. Now, mind you, I'm sitting back watching this and I'm saying to myself, okay, we hooked them up and now you want to back off as though you have nothing to do with it. We have nothing to do. No. That's not how that goes, because now you have two people that are hurt or two people that are involved in a hurtful situation. My son was not the one that did wrong. Your daughter was. We need to work this out. And see, for the Woods household, I don't know about how y'all deal with issues. When issues arise in our household, we strive to bring resolution and reconciliation to it. Now, reconciliation doesn't always mean restoration. I hope y'all understand that. Reconciliation does not always mean restoration of relationships. What that means is you confess what you did was wrong. I forgive you based on how you responded to your sin. And then I determine whether or not I want to restore the relationship. And if I don't, it doesn't make me unforgiving. It just means that what you did, I cannot allow that to be something that I want to tolerate anymore. I can love you, but I don't have to live with you. I can love you, but I don't have to tolerate the abuse. I can love you, but not allow you to gaslight, manipulate, piss on me and call it rain, or poop on me and call it hot cake. Because I'm smarter than the average bear. So reconciliation does not necessarily always mean restoration of relationships or privileges that you squandered, that you messed up on. It's up to the individual or individuals to decide whether or not they want to take you back or leave you alone. And it's not bitterness on their part if they say, you know what, I appreciate that, but I think it's best we go our own way. You got to respect that. Or if they do take you back and they say, going forward, this is what I expect from you. And they're not making you jump through hoops, but they are making sure that your repentance is genuine. And they're saying from now on, you need to make sure that these conversations that you're having with this person and that person, here she is right there. Brenda, there you are. Here she is right there. So I'm lying. We can always cam up, Brenda. We can always cam up because I got the receipts. So if you are deciding to take a person back and that individual has understood that there's going to be some things that you have to now earn. I remember Pastor Martin, Albert Martin, he gave an analogy of how, yeah, I see that too, Michaela. I see that too. Ain't that interesting? I knew she was going to come in here. I told you that, Sharon. I told you she was going to come in here. But I got something for you though, Brenda. Just stay tuned. You're going to love it. But Pastor Albert Martin years ago did a series on forgiveness. I encourage all of you to go to Sermon Audio and listen to Pastor Albert Martin's series on forgiveness. And in one of the series that he mentioned, or one of the sermons that he mentioned on forgiveness, he talks about this couple that was married. Oh, I'll send you the link. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I would definitely send you the link, Brenda. Yes, I would definitely send you the link. Trust and believe that. I'll definitely send you the link. So Pastor Albert Martin gave the example of a couple. You know, man had inappropriate relationship with a woman in his office, and he said, you know, the wife walked in and saw him in a passionate embrace with a woman, and so he had said that all those years that had occurred were just spilled. The coins that were invested had spilled on the floor. And he said what restoration or reconciliation does. Reconciliation, first of all, recognized that there was an offense, that there was a sin committed. But restoration of that means now if that woman now wants to put all those coins back into a new jar or a new bank, it's going to take time to do that. That's what trust is. That's how trust is built up. So now, the situation with my son and this young lady occurred. And matter of fact, let me just go ahead and just cut to the chase. I'll put the cam up and the clip right in here. So Brenda and your family, since your family tried to inbox me, your brother or your family member, Randy, inboxed me and said that I got hate in my heart. All of y'all can come get it. So the situation with my son and this young lady ended because after they had decided to go forward, Brenda had invited my son to Virginia to come meet their family. And I told my son, okay, that's your call if you want to do that. Now, ironically, as you all remember, there was a picture that was put up that Brenda posted and basically officially or publicly made their relationship known, right? And my son spent the weekend there. My son spent the weekend there. My son had, from what he told me, he had a great time. We had a FaceTime conversation with my son and Brenda's daughter. To our knowledge, to our understanding, to our, way of realizing and seeing things how it was, we were good. We thought we had a great conversation. Matter of fact, Brenda came into the FaceTime and said, "Oh, I just love Kiera, which his name is Kiera. Oh, I just love Kiera, and I just love, and I'm glad that they're doing great. And yeah, he's a sweet young man. I mean, just hugging him and booed all up on him. That was Sunday. Sunday night, my son leaves and heads back home. Brenda's daughter heads back to where she lived, to what was shared with me. Bottom line, there was no communication from Sunday up until today's Wednesday. I say maybe Tuesday or maybe early this morning. But bottom line, my son was reaching out to his girl. No contact. And one of the things that they agreed on was that there would be communication, that since the daughter was the one that messed up, she needs to be able to know, my son needs to be able to know, where are you and where you're at. Now, I don't think that's a hard or tall order to ask for, because if you're the one that messed up the first time and then you start not responding to texts or responding to messages, and then my son knows where you're located because y'all are pinging each other's locations on your phone, and you basically don't want to talk. So my son was like this: you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore, because we already had the conversation. And I asked my son to say the simple question: son, are you sure? I said, because you have to ask yourself the question: are you operating off of emotion, or are you operating off of logic and reason? Because as a man, you cannot function and run on emotion. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to make logical, rational, reasonable decisions, because you're a man and you're a leader by default. He said, yeah, I'm done. I can't do this. We already had this conversation, but boom, whatever. Okay, fine. And next thing I know, son tells me, yep, it's over. They're done. You know, she basically said she can't do it anymore. Her words to my son were that he's not the one for her. He is not the one for her. Okay. Let that sink in. He's not the one for her, but he was the one trying to keep the relationship together. Okay. Well, hey, grown man, grown woman, do what you do, whatever. So when I put up posts and when I put up statements, like I said before, I put up things that are in relation to my, yeah. Thank you, Kitty. Let me put this up there. Let me put this up there. He even took the time, our son, he even took the time to thank the parents for their hospitality. Facts. He did. And from what I was told, Brenda turned around and said, oh, it's my pleasure. We love having you here. Whatever. Right? So he's not the one for you. Sounds like some new edition, sorry, you're not my kind of girl stuff. But whatever. Because they're grown. But they're grown. I only know what I know because it was shared to me on what I know. Where's her father? Her father is with Brenda. They're together. My son talked with the father. The father said he liked my son. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I didn't. Yeah. He's not the one for her. That was the statement. Matter of fact, let me just pull up the receipt, because I don't want nobody to think I'm making it up. Yeah. Let me just do that. Mm-hmm. This was today at 9:20 a.m. My son sent me the message from him, between him and his ex. Quote. My son said, well, let me read what my son said. So in my eyes, I'm reading the portion that he gave. So in my eyes, hold on. You see something. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Let me look at something real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to get this door. My apologies. Sorry about that. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and pull up the quote. So my son says this in their conversation. He said, because he'd been reaching out to her, hadn't heard anything from her, hadn't heard anything back from her. She basically wanted him to send him messages in the morning, letting him know how he was or whatever. I mean, you can ask him if you want to talk to him. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. Yeah. He's not telling you the facts. Brenda, I just gave you the link. Let me put it up here again. Because see, what you're not gonna do, my friend, is lie. What you're not gonna do is lie. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Because again, I have the receipts. There it is right there, Brenda. Let me know when you're ready to cam up. Let me go just read this text though. He says, so in my eyes, I obviously haven't been that high of a priority. Don't ask you to text me every second, but I'm not going to accept no talking to one another for hours on end, especially when you show you have time for other things. I told you from the beginning, I'm big on communication, especially since we're long distance. Now, this is in the text message. Erica dumped your son and you slipped out. Really? Okay. Erica dumped my son. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a minute. So, since you already mentioned your daughter's name, I'll mention it here. Erica responds to my son and says this, quote, I'm sorry I've been distant. I've been thinking a lot since our trip home. Now, mind you, they just hung out and been with each other this past weekend. I'm sorry I've been distant. I've been thinking a lot since our trip home. Our trip home is going to seem out of left field, but I know us being together isn't right for me. It isn't something you can fix or that we can fix. I care about you a lot and think you are so great, but I know that you are not the one for me. I'm really sorry. So now, Brenda, I've already given you the link. You want to cam up now? Because I can drop some more receipts. You already ended. I already told everybody you was going to come in here because you could not resist coming in here. So show me where I'm lying. Everybody's here. Let's do it. Show me where I'm lying. You need the link again? Here it is again. I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit longer. Erica won't let you. No. You the parent. You the parent. You're the parent. Brenda, you're the parent. You was popping off at the mouth. You're already on the live. Cam up. Because I'm about to drop these receipts now. Because see, people like you had to be shown. You can't just lie on people and misrepresent and clown people and think that you're the victim. You and your daughter are not the victim here. No, ma'am. So we need you to cam up. The Woods family needs you to cam up. The Wiseman family needs you to cam up. The Davis family needs you to cam up. The Ellis family needs you to cam up. Yeah, we need you to cam up because we got questions now. We got questions. See, you're the one that said you was going to cam up. I've already given you the link. Let's do this. Because I got these receipts. We waiting. Let's see who's really lying. Yeah, I need some understanding too. We need some understanding. We got questions. We got questions. We have questions because I know the real reason. Why they're not together. My son didn't cheat on Erica. Erica cheated on my son. So you want to get gutter with it? Let's get it. I got the receipts. You really want to talk about what happened? That's what you really want to do, Brenda? Because see, one thing I keep is receipts. I got written. Oh, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Erica cheated on your son. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and just read it then. No problem. I'll read it. Let's read how my son is a lie then, because this is the text message from your daughter to my son, admitting that she cheated on my son. So let's just go ahead and read it. And since you call yourself trying to threaten me with a lawyer, don't let Joe Biden confuse you and get you twisted, because negras got lawyers too. Facts. Big facts. So you're saying that I'm lying about what your daughter did to my son. That's what you want to do. But wait a minute. Let's just read real quick. Let me leave y'all in a little bit of suspense real quick. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Hold up, Scott. I got to read yours, bro, because that's definitely what he did. Looks like God gave your son a way of escape from marrying and having children into this family. Absolutely. God was more than gracious and more than merciful to my son, because he did not have to do that. He could have let him go on and say, you know what? You didn't catch the red flag, right, Brenda? The red flag that you posted on your page. The red flag. Since my son didn't see the red flag the first time, God could have said, you know what? I'm gonna let you go on in. But he didn't do that. God was more than merciful. He made a way of escape. But we waiting on you, Brenda, to come up. Because see, people like you like to run your mouth. I'm gonna answer a fool according to their folly. I'm about to follow this Proverbs 26:5 on you. I was on my Proverbs 26:4 earlier today, but you kept popping off. So now I'm on my 5 now. Now I'm on the 5. So let me just scroll to all these receipts. You see I'm doing all this scrolling? Look at this. All this scrolling right here. All these receipts right here. Just for you, Brenda. Mm-hmm. Let me just go down here, since you're saying that my son is a liar. I'm lying. You're saying that, oh yeah. I know. Yeah, Randy Lucas, yeah, that's her in-law, brother, family, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So let me just scroll down here to the real reason why things went left and went downhill. Since you want to accuse my son of lying and accuse me of lying, I don't have to lie, especially when I got the receipts. So let's see. Oh, okay. Here it is. This is dated. This is from your daughter. Right here. I wanted to call you and talk to you about this, but I can't stop crying. Been sobbing the entire day. You haven't known me long enough to witness my self-destructive tendencies and know my history of self-harm. And I'm giving you that as a context, which I hope and pray might keep you from leaving me, as you have every right to. Last night, 2 of my friends who are dating initiated a threesome on their couch while we were drunk. I didn't want to do it and have zero attraction to either one of them, but in my stupidity and self-destructive nature, I engaged. I am so nauseous typing this. I hated it and went to throw up thinking of it. You want to go on? I can continue on. I think I will. Feels like a nightmare. I'm going to wake up from soon. Feel like a nightmare. I'm going to wake up from soon. I'm sitting here telling you about something I did, which I didn't even want to do. That was a complete betrayal against you. When somebody admits that that's a complete betrayal against you, who's the liar, Brenda? Who's the liar? I'm waiting. Hello? Is she here? Hello? 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 Who's the liar? Who's the liar? I'm waiting, Brenda. I'm waiting. I'll repeat it again. Quote, that was a complete betrayal against you. It was one of those freak things that happened for no reason and it will never happen again. I didn't have sex with them. It was a guy and a girl who are a couple. I basically was kissing her while her boyfriend had sex with her. You want me to go on some more? Because I got some more. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm far from done. You call my son a liar. You call me a liar. You want your facts? You want your receipts? Here they are. This is your daughter's text message to my son. Who's the liar? Who's the liar, Brenda? I'm waiting. But wait, there's more. Kier, I have literally been throwing up today over this, physically throwing up. Part of me thinks I did this because I tend to ruin the good things in my life as a way to hurt myself. And in this case, it was something that doubly, hurt you. It goes without saying that I am sorry. I have been on my hands and knees sobbing over this, over you, and over the likelihood of losing you, over my bizarre and idiotic mistake. I'm waiting for my son to admit that he was the one who cheated on your daughter. Oh, you want to go there? Can we answer this part right here? Who's the liar though? Catherine, do you see this one right here? 10 years? Wasn't 10 years. Wasn't even 10 years. Sorry. But see, y'all see the deflection? Y'all see the deflection? I'll get to your letter I'll get to your letter though real quick, Brenda. Trust me. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's get to this facts though. You said that my son. Yeah. That's what it is. A red herring. Exactly. Red herring. Exactly. Everybody wants to know real quick though, Brenda. You said that my son was the one that cheated, or that the one that's lied, rather, the one that lied. Excuse me. You said he lied. And you said that I'm lying. I got the text message right here. You didn't, and don't think I have more. I have a lot of more. We're waiting, Brenda. We're waiting. We're waiting. Oh my gosh, here she goes. It wasn't an accident. They put a drug in her drink and he knows this. Oh, Brenda, we got you on tape. Okay. One of the things I did was I recorded our conversation. So I got receipts of that. See, Virginia is a one-party consent state, and so is Texas. And so since I don't trust you, and since I know you like a loose present, you're not wrapped too tight, I red dotted you, ma'am. Because see, people like you do things like this. You lie. You lie. We're still waiting for you to explain how you said that I'm lying and that my son is lying. I got the receipts right here. Do you want me to read the rest of what she did during this threesome? Do you want me to read the rest of it, Brenda? Or do you want to shut up? It was ecstasy. Okay. Where's the toxology report? Where's the toxology? See, this is the kind of people. See, Brenda's the kind of people that make excuses for their children instead of letting their children take responsibility for their actions. And see, but our children are grown. This ain't no little kid stuff here. And the reason why I'm responding publicly is because of what this woman did publicly. So this is not a tit for tat get back game, right? Oh, look at this. 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 and has the nerve to say niggers has lawyers too. Why bring in race? You are bozo the clown. I know. Are you related to them? Are you related to them? Probably. Why was your son talking crap about how bar? Well, I mean, see, Brenda, you're deflecting. I'm not gonna let you deflect. Because see, he's not here. I gave you the opportunity to cam up. You're refusing to cam up. You're refusing to cam up. I agree. I agree, Bob. I agree. Because see, I'm holding down mine for my family. So let's cut to the chase real quick. Oh my gosh. Just stop it. Stop it, Brenda. Just stop it. Just stop. You're a liar. You slandered my son. And I'm calling you on it. Because see, had you had not done that publicly, we could have gone on our own merry way and have been done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Prosecute the administrator of the drug. I mean, where did she get it from? We still waiting on that toxology report, though, by the way, that you said that she was drugged. That's not what she said in the text message, though. That's what she said in the text message, though. No. She said we were drunk. We were. Yeah, no, ain't that something? Terrence? And see, for me, it ain't about winning. Yeah, they need therapy and prayer. Oh, what's the issue? You say what's the issue, Javar? You have a woman that's been lying on your brother, saying, "Oh, let me go ahead and read to you what was said," because everybody was asking about that. What's the issue? Why am I, responding the way that I'm responding? I'm the one that's evil. Okay, Brendan, that's okay, but you can't answer the question though, right? Okay. So here's the reason why I responded and am responding the way I'm responding. So everybody know this is Brenda Lindman. This is Brenda right there. Everybody knows who Brenda is right there. Say hi to Brenda. Okay. So Brenda puts up a post today. Now, let me just go and give you the context on what I put up. This is what I put up today, this morning. And again, I put up posts in relation to things that I experience and things that I see and things that go on. I do that, right? Give me 1 minute. So let me see. I'm looking at another receipt here, by the way. Yeah. Okay. So I put up a post earlier today, and I said, ladies, there's a weight capacity planes can't exceed in order to be clear for takeoff and climb to its desired altitude. The same is true in relationships. In order for the man to be able to soar and reach certain goals and desires in his life, he can't be weighed down with unnecessary baggage that will impede and hinder him from attaining that objective. In order for the man to carry you, you must be willing to lay aside any unnecessary baggage that will hinder him from taking you to the destination he wants you to go. Hebrews 12:1. If you're unwilling or unable to meet his standards or requirements, the respectful thing to do is to inform him rather than trying to shove or smuggle your baggage in overhead compartments or under the seat of your life. He won't allow you to take him down with you in flames for your refusal to comply or meet his standards due to your unnecessary baggage. That's what I said, right? Now, made a few other comments. And the problem with this is, I guess she felt some kind of way about it. Brenda did. And so she puts up this post. And here's what her post says. Ladies, when you meet a guy and he already has red flags, don't ignore them. Listen to your gut. Getting to know someone happens in person, not over the phone. When he starts a conversation by telling you his dad beat him so much as a child, he was unable to see him for 10 years, that's a red flag. When he has to be drunk during every conversation, that's a red flag. When he cannot communicate until he's had alcohol, that's a red flag. When he needs you to message him every 30 minutes because he doesn't know what you're doing while telling you he has nothing to do, that's a red flag. When he meets your parents and spends more time in the bottle than getting to know them, that's a red flag. When your friends see the red flags before you listen carefully, they see something you didn't pick up on. When he puts you on a video call with his parents, asking for your intentions after only spending 4 days with their son, run and don't look back. Now, some of you may ask the question, how do I know that this was about my son? I'm glad you asked, ladies and gentlemen, very attentive audience. This is the reason why. Brenda Dolman sends me a text message and attaches the post that she puts up on her page and then sends it to me. Same text or same post, just sent to my text. And she says, quote, I've never been happier to meet someone in person in my life. The best thing about this journey, recognize the red flags. You are so silly, Saiko. I was warned about you from other public figures that I've never met in private messages. I too ignored the red flags. BCV starts with you. And she says here, BCV starts with you, my dear. And this was today at 10:22 a.m. Didn't respond to her. Let a fool be a fool. Now, the question I want to know is, how am I lying? The question I want to know is, where is the proof that you're claiming that I'm lying? It's easy to call somebody a bully when you don't have your facts, Brenda. That's understandable. That's understandable. And thank you, Ebony. I've been following Saiko and Miss Sharon for years. If he was so terrible, why would you go out of your way to connect Erica and his son? Something doesn't sound right. Yeah, and in the words of Keith Sweat, something just ain't right. So here's the question. I want to know, how are you accusing my son of being an alcoholic? How are you accusing my son of not being able to get out of the bottle when from what we were told, all of y'all were drinking, maybe with the exception of you. I would love to have a conversation with the husband right now, because the wife has been too much involved in this. But see, when you attack and when you come from my family, I'm coming for you. But I'm not going to come for you sinfully. And for those of you who have sent me messages, or those of you may have said, oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm reading the text real quick. Yeah, I don't move like that, Doc. You should know me better than that. When people slander my name or slander my family's name publicly, depending on the situation, I'm coming to see you. And I'm not coming to see you with threats. I'm coming to see you in the format that you did it in. And so all of us have questions. All of us do. Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. Because see, the Bible says a lying tongue hates those it crushes. So the liar, Brenda, is you. I have no reason to lie. See, that's why I bring receipts. But see, if you keep talking, I'll keep dropping receipts like napalm. It's simple as that. Yeah. Thank you, Taylor. It's amazing to me how some people are upset that this live is going on, but y'all are still watching any of those. So make that make sense. Yeah, make that make sense. Make that make sense to us. Facts. Facts, Cheeky. Should have kept this private, Brenda. Brother Saiko has zero problem taking stuff public to air it out. Sure don't. You made it public. I got to resolve it publicly. You accuse my son of being a drunkard and an alcoholic. Do you understand how demonic that is? Apparently you don't. Apparently you don't. But I do. And I'm going to help all of you tonight. If you have not learned anything else from this live, learn this and learn it good. You come from me or my family, particularly my family, my children, and you attack them, you slander them, you discredit them, you mischaracterize them, I'm coming to see you. Simple as that. You better have your facts together. You better have your facts together because I'm going to have mine. As you can see, I have mine. This woman publicly slandered my son and then proved that she was slandering my son and sent me the text message. I made general statements, and yes, hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. So anybody that got offended because of what I said, that's what you're doing. Because only hit dogs holler. I got my facts. I got my proof, and I have more. So for you, you may want to just go ahead and go home. You may want to just go ahead and log off, Brenda, and go to bed. Because I told you. Oh, please. Do y'all see this woman? This is a sad piece of work. It really is. Is this how preachers act? Yeah. This is how preachers act. This is how preachers who know their word and know how to deal with liars and Jezebels like you act. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Oh, please. He's definitely with me. But I need you to be on this cam up though. That's what I need. Everybody else needs you to be on this cam up. You came here because you couldn't resist it. You couldn't resist it. You couldn't resist it. I knew you were coming. Your pride wouldn't let you not come here. And here you are. And knows what the devil does. Knows what the devil does. When they don't have anything, they resort in shaming. But wait. Breaking news. Here's another receipt. Breaking news. Check this one out. I wish I could put this one up, but I can't right now. But I'm gonna read it to you. I sure am. If my son was so bad, Brenda, remember this? You remember that? Look at that. Look at that saying. Let me see if I can get it like that. Let me see if I get it. Let me move this down here because I want everybody to see this baby. Oh yeah, Brenda. This is what. Let me see. Get that right there. There it is. Let me see. This is from Brenda, y'all. This is from Brenda. This is my wife copied this and found it. Yeah. This is Brenda. This is Saiko Woods' son, 29. Met the right girl. They all tend to go crazy on him. And I'm like, man, I got the girl for him. LOL. Christian. He is I guess he's a Christian. He is very into his career. He does drink. Just got transferred to Kentucky. They really want him to meet you. And her daughter says at the bottom, I'll meet him. So I'm just trying to find out who's the liar. I'm trying to find out who's the liar because, so far, the point is, Brenda, you are a liar. And Berean babes, let me help you with something. And if you are a Berean, then you're kind of like not living up to the name. Let me read to you a scripture real quick, Berean, and those of you as well. Proverbs chapter 18. Do y'all have it? Let's see what the text says. I should be in bed, but when you got to deal with fools, sometimes it takes longer. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 17. Verse 17. The text says, the first to plead his case seems right. That's what Brenda did. She pled her case. She thought she was right, but the first to plead his case seems right until another one questions him. And in Brenda's case, her. See, Brenda, you thought you had one of these dumb Negroes. And let me just go ahead and say this. I'm gonna state the obvious. I'm gonna go ahead and state the obvious. See, it's people like you, Brenda, that give white people a bad name. Because see, maybe you thought that you had a quota that you were trying to fill. Maybe you thought that you know, we're gonna try to have some cute mixed babies. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. But let me put you up on something real quick, Brenda. Your daughter may have acted like a Gomer, but my son would not be her Hosea. She need to go find somebody else. Yeah. She needs to go find somebody else. Because over here, we're not doing that. Find somebody else to play with. Don't play with me. You made an accusation. You slandered my son. You defamed his character. Just 3 days after he left. And now you want to play the victim. Something is wrong with you. You're not all the way right upstairs. You're not. Yeah, bro. It must be. It must be. Brenda is just upset about the strong-willed woman discussion. Mr. Lemon is not here since he's tired of the mess. Yeah. Yeah, what you need to do, Brenda, is you need to repent. You need to take that post down. But that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'll keep posting receipts because I'm not done. I'm far from done. I'm just going to be done for now. That's all. I'll be done for now. But understand this. There's more where this came from, my friend. Much more where this came from. What you need to do is get your house in order. What you need to do is get your daughter some help. Matter of fact, both of y'all need some help. Because by the grace of God, we good over here. We're good over here. Yeah, you go right ahead and do that. Facts. Facts, Scott. Facts. I would like to know. And so, listen, my son's mother and I would like to know this as well too. We would like for you to explain to her. Matter of fact, Catherine says, I would like for you to explain to me why you attacked my son. You owe this woman a response. You owe this woman an answer, Brenda. You owe this woman an answer. You owe this woman an answer. You attacked, you slandered, you defamed, you mischaracterized our son on social media to try to make you and your daughter look good. And the facts show that you're the liar. But I told you, I'm gonna make you famous. So now you got your fame. Hope you get a star for it. Maybe you can go on Wendy or go on, I don't know. Oh, you're Randy Lucas because he's a joke. I mean, but he can get this work too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But let me let you understand something too, though, Brenda. I got family too. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. We stay strapped over here. And the whole clan, we keep them hammers. So if y'all want to do something stupid, you better count the cost. It's just simple as that. Because based on what your relative said, let me just read this real quick. Yeah, you see, look, see, you got the whole fam come up in here now. You're on your sister. Let me tell you something. That's another one right there. That's another fam right there. That's another family. We got them all here. We got all 5 families all up in here. All 5. Oh yeah, we stay strapped. Yeah, you ever heard EPMD? Yeah, the crew always packs a 2 just in case a brother act a fool. Yeah, we here. We don't go looking for nothing, but we put it the rest over here. Don't let this Bible fool you, or that cross behind my head fool you. We will protect ours. Just straight up and down. But see, here's the fact. Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. We were so good. See, know what you're saying? Everything was fine a few weeks ago. But Brenda, if you really want me to drag and clown y'all with the facts, because I don't have to respond in the flesh. I just respond with facts. See, when you have facts, you don't have to resort to the flesh. You just drop the receipts and let the public decide, because you made a statement or statements that were lies. None of it was true. None of it. And if you want to talk about something that happened 23 years ago, as you can see, his mom and I are good. His mom and I and my wife are good. His mom and I and my wife and my son are good. So what else you got? Can you honestly say that about your relationship with your daughter? Don't go there. Don't go there. Brenda, listen, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. This is not about me being a preacher. This is about you being a liar. This is what this is about. This is about you being a liar, your daughter being a cheater, and I'm calling y'all on it. You slandered my son, and you got checked. Deal with it. Take the L and deal with it. Yeah, she definitely did. She made it way worse, because none of this was coming out. Y'all understand me? And get your words right. It's not your belongs as it's a possessive pronoun. It's not your. It's Y-O-U-R, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. You are. But I'm not that either. But that's okay. Just trying to help you. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Sister Pat, it's a deflection. But again, it's white people like Brenda that make honest, decent white folk look bad. That's what it makes. I mean, because you thought that you was going to get a quota. You were basically trying to sell your daughter over to my son. But God intercepted that joint. And the facts are clear. The facts are clear. So, Brenda, just go to bed. Just go to bed. Again, your daughter is a Gomer, but your daughter would not be with this Hosea, because he ain't that. Sorry. Sorry. You just need to let it go. For real. The children, although they are grown, should have never been spoke about. It didn't even have to go this route. Again, if you had an issue, it was with Saiko and not Kier. Exactly. And really, I had nothing to do with any of this stuff. I mean, like, what is this? What is it? What is this? What is this really about? It's about pride. It's about her. She's a hypocrite. She's a fake. It's clear. She don't have anything. So this is what she does. I've dealt with the facts. We're waiting for her to deal with hers. She has none. She has none. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now. But trust and believe, I have more to come if necessary. I have audio receipts as well. But that's okay, Brenda. That's okay, Brenda. You go ahead and deal with the fact that you're a liar, though, because everybody now has recognized who you are. You are a liar. Your daughter won't let you. Who's the adult here? That's what I want to know. I mean, who's the adult? Who's the adult? I mean, I'm just like I said. No, deal with your daughter Gomer, because my son won't be her Hosea. Yeah, there's a word for that. There's a word for that, sis. There's a word for that. Because see, she has nothing else. But I got receipts for days, current receipts. Current receipts. And I'm only dealing with the facts. I don't have to deal with anything else. Berean babes, you want to cam up? You want to cam up? How is it that how am I wrong? How am I wrong? I'm exposing lies. What are you talking about? Who are you anyway? Who are you? When you're dealing with liars, you expose them. I didn't hijack the text messages. They were given to me by my son. So what you talking about, man? What are you talking about? See, this is the kind of foolishness that people wanted to chime in and comment, but they don't have anything. So you let liars just continue to run their mouth and get away with it? Not over here. Sorry. Yeah, if she keeps it up, if she keeps it up, she may get that G. Craig Lewis treatment. She may get it. She definitely may get it. Somebody better tell her. Because the fact of the matter is this: she's the liar, and everybody sees that. Everybody sees it. And Brenda, sorry, you don't know what you're talking about. When you're dealing with liars and slanderers, you expose them for the liars and slanderers they are. Yeah, she's dumb. Because the food don't delight in their and understand, but only revealing their own mind. I don't know who she's talking about. Open the hill, eat your lunch. I'm not who she's talking about. Well, anyway. Yeah, I guess so. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, nobody who slanders anybody over here to this degree gets away with it. Nobody. Oh my gosh, look at this woman. Sharon, cam up, please, real quick. Put your robe on or something. Come on, cam up there. Cam up there. If you got to come in here, don't. Let's put this to bed real quick. Let's put this fool to bed real quick. Let's put this fool to bed real quick. Now I got to cut you with these facts. Now I got to cut you with these facts. Because I told you I was going to make you famous. I told you. Shane, put the robe on. Come on. Here, cam on up there. Cam up. Come on in real quick. Something. Because she definitely, she want the smoke. She want it. Do you see what this fool said? She said this. What the fool say? What that fool say? Where's it at? She said, oh, here it is. I'm out. You're nothing but trash. You blew my phone up so many times.
Blew your phone up?
Yeah.
What's all this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
What's all that?
Look. Here's let me move this out the way. These are all text messages. You see what it says, husband, and then Brenda right there. Look at all this. Look at this. Kim Hensley. Hanley, whatever. Kim dumped the post with the three of us so you don't get tempted to put it on Sharon as joining us. So no, because Kim was another one that basically said that, that she wouldn't have nothing to do with my son because dad broke up and my son was treated like he was the one that was the villain, but they was the one who was trying to protect somebody that cheated on him. But anyway, but you see this right here? You see all these text messages? You see that right there? You see that? Look at this. Going the wrong way. Oh, hold on. This is April 16th. April 16th. Look at this. All this is Brenda. All of this. All of this. All of this. Anybody blowing up a phone? Matter of fact, could you please?
Got mad when you didn't text.
Could you say that again? Speaking to the mic.
I said she got angry when you didn't text her.
Oh. And why she got angry because I didn't text? What was that for? That I didn't respond to her. What was that? What happened? Could you enlighten the audience? What happened? Why I had to tell her that she need to fall back?
Because she kept wanting to talk about the situation the first time.
The first time her daughter cheated.
She kept calling you while you were at work.
Yes.
I had to text her and tell her that you'll get to it basically when you get to it.
Facts. Do y'all see this?
It's all in here.
It's all in there. It's all in there. Begging me to talk to her because of what her daughter did and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, look, let me tell you something. I don't move when you want me to move. I'm a grown man. And see, I was trying to be nice then for my son's sake. You see, some of y'all think that basically, I don't know how to put it, that when I do snap at these people or when I do have to check these fools as though I'm just coming from nowhere. No. There's history to the foolishness. You're just getting it publicly because it was done publicly. None of this would have happened. None of this would have ever went down had she not did what she did, and then had the temerity and the gall to send me the message that she put up and then tagged me or then text me in it. Facts. Catherine said, I don't care if you did blow her phone up. Why did you come for my son, Brenda? Don't for him unless you were sent for. Don't come for me unless you were sent for. So see, you need to understand something. You got people in this chat and in this live, Brenda, they got questions for you. But again, like I say, there's white people like you to make other white folk look bad. Because see, I guess you're trying to get some type of quota going on. You thought you were gonna have some swirl babies, but not with this one. Not with this seed. Y'all elevators is broke. Y'all got issues. Straight up issues. You have a serious problem. And I wonder what happened to the other black dude that your daughter got with, that you claimed that by the way, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this ain't the first black person that she drugged. Do you remember that, Sharon?
Yeah.
Could you come close a little bit and tell people about the other black person that her daughter got with that was supposedly overpossessive and controlling and this and that? To mind you, we don't know who this black person is. We don't know. So we can't get his side of the story, but he was drugged too. Now we got another black person that's drugged. Why got to be a white thing though? Because it is. That's why, Angela. Because it is. Because it is. Because it is. I'm not taking it there. And if anybody knows it ain't about color. But see, again, it's white people like this. With all the stuff that's going on, with all the foolishness and people that's trying to make racism to be every little thing, is stuff like this that makes you wonder. That makes you wonder about white people like Brenda Dolan Lindman. That makes you wonder, what's your real reason of why you wanted to get with my son? What's the real reason?
She kept talking about how pretty the babies would look.
Yeah, how pretty the babies would look. How pretty the babies would look. And see, and
that's what your daughter said.
Right. That's what her daughter said to our daughters. Our babies look pretty whether they mixed or not.
Too, though.
Yeah, I mean, they probably are. But again, thank you, Denisha. That's all I'm saying, sis. She's making the stereotypes all true. That's my only point. That's my only point. And then it gives black folk reason. It gives them the ammunition and the fuel to respond the way they respond. Yeah, I know, Kitty. I know. No, her cheese ain't spread all the way across the cracker. It sure ain't.
Oh, but just what, a week ago, it was all, the Woods was the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh yeah, that's my point. Yeah, we were all love. It was all love with us. She loved us to death a week ago.
I love your preaching.
Yeah. And then she referred my preaching to other people. So, ladies and gentlemen, see, this is why I got my rib. You feel me? She reminded me about all this other stuff. She was the one that was telling people about my preaching, about how awesome of a preacher I am, and how his preaching is real, we need more preachers like him. But now I'm a demon. This is why I don't take folk like that serious. June, come on, you know it. It was all good just a week ago. Mm-hmm. It was facts. I'm trying to tell y'all, we got the receipts, and since it's late, I'm gonna wrap it up. But I'm telling y'all, we have no reason to lie.
We don't benefit from lying.
We don't benefit from lying at all. Our son is grown. Period. He does what he needs to do. He handles his own business. But what you're not going to do is lie on anybody in my family and think I'm going to sit back and just take it. No real man would. And if you are a man and you would allow it to happen, check yourself. Check yourself. Because at the end of the day, I am going to protect mine as long as they're right. If my son has done something wrong publicly, I would have checked him publicly. And he knows that. My son didn't deserve this. And no one's child, no one's offspring deserves to be treated like this. You're going to slander somebody else because your daughter is the Gomer. And who would have thought, THOUGHT, that your daughter was a thought? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because this ain't what you want. But I'll give it to you. You better call G. Craig Lewis in Dallas. You better call Kirk Franklin. You better call Lecrae. Call him. And ask him how I get down when it comes to slander. That's why they blocked me. That's why you blocked me, Brenda. You blocked my wife. You blocked Catherine. You blocked us all. But here you are. All up in my life. And I told him, you was going to come. You was going to come through. I already know you was.
And why is she talking to you?
Because her husband's supposedly sleeping. I'm like this. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. This man over here can protect his family. This man over here is going to stand up and speak for his family. Period. My son's gonna be 80, and I'm gonna be 100. I could be 120. It doesn't matter. And also, let me say this: I would do it for anybody that's family, whether naturally or spiritually. If you are being slandered and I know about it, I'm going to deal. See, that's called consistency, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to worry about, by God's grace, Saiko Woods ever wondering if somebody slanders me, will Saiko speak up on my behalf if he knows the facts are true? Or if he knows that something is, yeah. Come on, bro. Come on, Terrence. Kevin, sorry. Kevin, you can even ask Stephen the Levite. Facts. Ask them. Ask them. They know how I move. They know how I get down. I don't go looking for any trouble. But what you're not going to do is bring trouble over here and think I'm going to cower and back up and act like you're going to just play me as some trick on the street. It ain't happen like that. But I told you, I will make you famous. You got your shine now, and I'll keep shining the spotlight if you want to. I'll let you walk across the red carpet of your own foolishness. I sure will. Yeah, Steve. We yeah, we done, bro. We done now. Cause I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
Good night, y'all.
So I'm about to get out of here. Cause I said what I needed to say. Get the book by Charles Bridges on Proverbs. So y'all know how to deal with foods like that. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great night. Grace and peace. Whatever you do, do all to the glory and honor of God. God bless.